Hello everyone and welcome back. I hope you guys are having a fantastic day today. So for today's video, we're going to be doing something a little different. You guys know I love trying new things that I've never tried before. So I found this book stenciling edging kit right here. I got this at Barnes & Noble. They had it on sale for $12. Now, I will say that I did already go ahead and open it up because I wanted to just kind of see what was in it, and I wanted to experiment and see if this was actually going to work before I actually put it on some of my books. So let me grab the book that I did. Okay, so this is the book that I did, and this had like a bunch of writing on the top of it here. And I just kind of covered it up with like a dark kind of blue. I tried to match the writing here on the front. Love Karen Marie Moning, by the way. I have just about every one of her books. But this had like a little bit of writing on the top of it. So as you can see, it covered that up really, really beautifully. And I just used the clamps and I used a paintbrush right there, as you can see. And I went and got a little holder, like I can kind of hold my paint a little bit better. But yeah, as you can see, I thought it turned out really, really good. And I mean, you know, the pages are still a little bit stiff. I still kind of got to work it out here. But as you can see, I mean, it's almost like fresh and crisp, kind of like almost a brand new book. I have a couple more sitting here that I'm going to kind of experiment with, and I'm just doing just regular, just plain paint on them, no like stenciling or anything like that. Now this book, this is the one that I kind of want to experiment with the stencil. This is a fairly new book. This is really good. I actually did enjoy this book. And in the stenciling kit, which I'll get it out and I'll show you guys the stencils, but it has roses, and it also has a castle, it has swords, it has like feather crystals. But I thought that since the castle, you know, Beauty and Beast is, you know, is set in a castle. It has a castle like back here in the background somewhere, and it's got like a green forest, it's got red. So I was thinking like roses on top, maybe the castle have like a green background, you know, maybe fade into like a little bit of red here. Now I've never done stenciling, so I don't know. And like I said, this is a fairly new book. I'm not that attached to it, but I'm hoping that it turns out really, really good on this one before I kind of start stenciling on some of my other ones. And it probably is going to be a little bit of a long process. I will just go ahead and tell you guys, just for the fact that you have to wait for your paint to dry, and you have to, you know, kind of do it a little bit in sections, especially if you're going to be stenciling it, from what I understand. Anyway, but I'll open it up, show you guys what's inside of it, and I will just go ahead and tell you that I was not that impressed with it. These were the clamps that came with it, and you know, for the most part, these worked, you know, pretty good. But if you have a book that is any thicker than something like this, it's not going to work, because I tried, again, carry me running, but I tried it on something like this, and I just kind of wanted to show you guys, but it will not go any further than that. Like, I'm not sure like if you can see that, but it will not stretch any further than that without like breaking it. So if you want to do like a really, really big book, or like a variety of books, these are not really gonna help you. If you are doing something, you know, that is about that size right there, it's perfectly fine, you know, or just no bigger than the mouth of the clamps, you'll be perfectly fine. So here's our little book, and I'll go over that in just a second. And it came with like these little tools. These little tools, they didn't do me any good. I just used regular paintbrush. And it came with like some paint, but I had my own paint, and these were the only colors that it gave me: pink, blue, yellow, and black. And I mean, that's not a very big variety of color, you know, depending on what you want to do. Now here's the stencils, and I will tell you guys that these stencils are kind of like, they're kind of like a sticker. They're kind of see-through. They're kind of like a sticker. Like basically you peel the back off, you stick it on the book, and then you're going to peel this front clear piece off, and you got to press it really, really well from the instructions in the book, from what I understand, and you just start painting on it. Now these are not restickable. It did say in the instructions that this may only work one time. So you may have to come up with another alternative in order to save it. It said, which I kind of don't like, because I kind of was hoping to, keep the stencil because I wanted to use it multiple times. And of course, here's this one. It's got dragons and a castle. We have the moon and stars. Not quite sure what to use this one for, but it's like lettering. And then we have mountains, a snake, and cookware. And then this one. I mean, they're all fairly like really good. I mean, all the stuff for this one, I don't know what I would use it for. But all the rest of them, I can find a use for them. But it really sucks is that you cannot save these. I will try to figure out a way to save these for the time being until I can get some more. Okay, so I wanted to go over the book right quick. This was the instruction book that came in the box. And so this is everything that's supposed to be in the box. Then it's giving you an introduction. It's kind of just telling you kind of like, when kind of like this etching kind of started. It was like 10th century England. It gives you a little bit of a run through, kind of a little bit of a history on it, which I thought was pretty cool. It's telling you like what some of the symbols might have meant that they, may have put on the book. And then this is, getting you started. So this is the stuff that you would need to get you started and then to prepare your book. And then it's telling you how to properly clamp your book. So you want it to look like this and not this. Then it's giving you little tips at the bottom. And then this is how you put your stamp on. And you're going to try to stick it. And then you're going to peel this clear coating off here. And, if you guys want to pause it and kind of read it, you can. Maybe, if it helps you at home, or if you've got stuff at home, that, keeps you from having to go out and actually get the book, then, this might be useful for you. And then it tells you about painting, kind of how to do it. Kind of wants you to just splotch it on there, kind of. And then just shows you more kind of like little ideas. Finishing touches, and then kind of like what you can do, like removing the stencil and then separating your pages, which would take a little while. I usually kind of do mine a little bit on and off, or if it's a book that I'm reading, then I'll just kind of separate them as I go. Then you can spray paint. You can use pen and ink, and you can just draw it on if you want. It's showing you kind of like how to do a cosmic kind of thing, and what you'll kind of need for marbling. So this is some stuff that you would need from that, and then it's just giving you instructions on it. And then if you kind of want to do these designs, it's also giving you instructions and what you kind of would do. So yes, I thought the instruction book was really helpful, actually. In it, I actually thought that it was one of the best pieces that was in it, just to kind of help you get started. So that was the instructions book. Okay, so before I get started, I just kind of wanted to show you guys here, if you're doing a paperback, be sure to take some kind of paper or cloth and cover up your front covers here, just so that you don't get any paint on them, because you could touch like the sides of them here. So I'm just using just some plain paper for mine. That seems to have worked so far. And I've got my clamps on all the way, and I mean, as you can see, they're not exactly as tight as I want them. So usually while I'm painting, I'll just kind of squeeze it a little bit like that, just to kind of just give it just a little bit more firmness to it. Okay guys, so I went ahead last night and I went ahead and I painted both sides of my book, and I let it dry overnight. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to put the stencil on it, and I'm going to get some paint ready, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to try the stencil on it. Okay, so we're going to do the castle, and let's hope that it fits. We're going to try and make it fit. So, okay, so let's see if this is dry. I let this sit for about an hour, 2 hours. So I'm gonna see if I can get this off here without tearing it or messing it up. So far, it looks pretty good. It's got like a little, maybe it's just a little bit of paint right there, maybe. I don't like, one thing with the peel off sticker is how it tries to clump. As you can kind of see right here just a little bit, it's tried, and I only dabbed it on. Okay. So here it is. The only thing I don't like is how kind of in the corners right here, just a little bit, it tried to clump up. Why, I don't know, because I only dabbed it on, and then kind of right up here, it kind of still looks like it needs just a little touch up right there. But I mean, it looks, you know, really good. I mean, from that angle. I mean, it's not something you can immediately tell um, with it. And I mean, I'm really happy with how some of them turned out and stuff. Um, so yeah, so let's move on. Okay, guys, so we are all finished. So I wanted to show you the book. So here was the final product and the results of it. Now, I thought that it was really, really cool. I do wish I had put a darker coat on the castle just to make it look a little bit darker with the kind of green that I used in the background. But I thought that it turned out beautiful. I think it'll look good sitting on the bookshelf. Now, I will tell you guys one thing that I did not like about the stenciling kit is that the stencils, I don't know if you guys can tell if I got it on the camera, is that when I went to turn the book over to do the bottom half, it kind of didn't want to stick that well. So I was kind of having to keep pressing it. I was, having to be very, very careful with the paint so that my paint didn't clump or run. And, now I'm having to kind of let it dry. I wish that it was like plastic or some kind of something that I could wash. So now, like, I'm going to have to let it dry and figure out what to do with it and everything. And I do wish that the clamps were adjustable. And I've lost a piece here, but I do wish that they were a little bit more adjustable just so that I can fit different size books and not just one size because I have so many books and so many kind of ideas that I think that I can use with it, but I can't because it's just one size. So I do wish that it came in like an adjustable kind of piece or maybe more than one piece. And like the paint that came in it, you know, I didn't even end up using it at all. And I think just one of the little sponge kind of brushes that come in it, I only ended up using one. And you know, I thought that the instruction book that came with it, I thought was very, you know, helpful. It did have very helpful things in it. And you know, to get you started. But I really think that this is a kit for people, you know, kind of help you get you started, but not really something that you're going to be able to continuously use down the road. So you are eventually going to have to get better clamps, or you're going to have to get better stencils and everything. But I really did enjoy doing it. It was a little bit time consuming, but I actually enjoyed it. I enjoyed painting on it, and I thought, like I said, it turned out really great. You guys can let me know in the comments what you think. If you guys have tried this kit, or you're gonna try this kit, do let me know how it turned out for you. And yeah, hopefully we'll be able to do another one of these maybe down the road, hopefully, because I mean, I do still have a few stencils that I haven't used, and I have a few ideas for some of the other ones. So hopefully, you know, we can get to that, and we can do another book, hopefully. So I hope you guys had a great time. Thank you for watching, and I will see you guys back here in my next video. Bye!